Okay, Monday the 3rd of April, welcome back. I know I haven't made a video in quite a while, over a month. I think the last video I made, I was actually drilling and rolling these beans. We're running out of fertiliser. So yeah, and now as you can see, they're all coming up nicely, looking really well. We'll get out and have a look at them in a minute. I've got Bruno here, which is Eric's son. Are we recording? Yeah, we're recording. Eric's son. He has just been asleep for quite a while, and now he's woken up, which is good because we're going to go back to the farm anyway and fill up and let him out for a walk and that. Let me just stop because I'm trying to do 3 things at once right now. Let me turn that off. Yeah, so we're at farm 2 putting some kieserite on the spring beans. I'm going to shut this off. We'll turn the auto shut off. Turn the hydraulics off, and we'll head back to farm 1 to refill. His little tongue, look. His little tongue poking out. I did just give him. There's a bowl of water down there. Look, he did just have some water. So yeah. Warning: spreading discs not turning. Oh, I bet it's because I forgot to turn the discs off. Is that better? Yeah, we're in April now. March was a very wet month. In February we only had 5 mil of rain, and in March we had 136 mil. So crazy amount of rain. And this is the first bit of field work I've done in a long time, basically. Can't remember the last time. Just been doing workshop jobs and things like that, stuff around the yard, grain store work. Check the 4-wheel drive out. Bruno is about 16.5 weeks old now, so around 4 months, and I've had him since 8 weeks old. He's a bit of a menace. He's best when he's sleeping. He's a bit of a fidget sometimes. As you can see, I made him a little bed, a raised up bed, just to keep him out of the way of my feet, keep him separate to Eric, because he likes to jump all over Eric. He's just a normal puppy really, but he's worth it. I'm enjoying having him. All I have to do now is put on the green spool, or push on it, and over she folds. How lazy is that? But it's great, I love it. And back over again. It's a bit of a gimmick, but it's a cool gimmick, I guess. Right, before I get started fertilising, I'll show you these beans. Yeah, I think it was the first well, it would have been the last video, what you saw, me drilling these beans. 1st or 2nd week of February, and it's now what is the date? 3rd of April, I think. These are looking really good. They just need some, a lot of that sunshine. Since they've been put in the ground, they've had about 136 mil of rain, so plenty of water. So now they're just gonna grow like mad. Look really good. You can see the rows. Drill's done a really good job of putting them in the ground, nice and even. Yeah, they look very healthy. So yeah, for the next few weeks they're just going to enjoy some sunshine, hopefully. It is quite light ground down here, and it will dry quickly, but they'll get their roots down deep, and they'll be loving life. We've got the spreader on my 6215R with the PROFORGE 1.2 ton weight. We've also got the tow rope in here, look. Can I open it? There, look. Got a kinetic rope in there. Already had to go and pull the Land Rover and livestock trailer out this morning twice, because they're putting ewes and lambs out and got stuck. So yeah, normal tractor. New fert spinner, well, new to us fert spinner. It's 3 years old. It's a ZA TS 4200, and our old one was a ZAM 3600. So This is much newer technology and bigger capacity. It's isobus, so instead of having a control box in the cab, which I'll show you in a minute, it just has a cable that plugs straight into the back of the tractor, and then all the controls and everything come up on the John Deere screen. It's hydraulic drive, there's no PTO shaft. It's just, you just switch your hydraulics into constant pump, and it sets its own speed. Where you can adjust it on the screen, whatever speed you want the disc to spin at. So I'm not sure if I've already mentioned, but when we got it, it had quite a lot of surface rust on it. So I sort of took it all to pieces. I've got some bits of video, well, a couple of little clips of video from when I had it in the workshop, when I was sanding it down and painting it. So I'll show you that, and I'm really chuffed with how it's gone. I pretty much painted from here all the way, everything all the way down. Had it in about 150 pieces, wondering if it would ever go again, but I've run it up in the yard and it works fine. And now this is going to be the first test. It's got some snazzy little wheels that fold down when I want to take it off, instead of having to drop it on pallets. They almost look like wheelie bars when they're down. It is section control, so I think the way it does it, it changes where this whole unit twists, pivots, and it changes where it drops the fertiliser on the disc. That there, that goes out and in for the border, headland border, so that it doesn't throw it as far. I'll just check that in a minute, that that's working properly. Yeah, I've got 6 bags of Kieserite in there, and you could easily fit 2 more in there. It's got loads of capacity, but I think if I put 2 more bags on there, I'd need a bigger weight on the front. I'd need like a 2-ton weight. What else is there? Yeah, it's isobus, hydraulic drive, obviously weigh cell, section control, all singing and dancing, hydraulic rollover sheet, that's quite cool. So yeah, right, let's jump in. What's these blooming puppy doing? What's he chewing now? What are you doing? We'll jump in and do a bit of fertilising. Look at these two. What a pair of Herberts. He's settled down now, look. He's getting used to it, being back in the tractor again. It's been ages since he's been in the tractor, so going in the sprayer tomorrow. We've got some spraying to do, and liquid N as well. All the cereals have got to have a second dose of liquid N. So what we're spreading today is Kieserite, which is magnesium sulfate, and also it's got a load of sulfur in it as well. It's like 50% sulfur, which is the main reason why we're spreading on the beans, is for the sulfur, because we're not putting any nitrogen on, which would have sulfur in. We just wanted to make sure the crop got sulfur, so we're putting on Kieserite, if that makes sense. And we are putting it on at 105 kilos to the hectare, just flat rate, not variable rate. So we're pretty much using all the technology apart from variable rate. It's got the spreader's got weigh cells, so it knows how much is in the spinner. Where does it say that? 2.9 ton, look, we've got left. It's saying it's weighing it, so it knows how much area we got enough in the hopper to do another 28.1 hectares. That's how much we've used so far. 4.4 ton, 41 hectares. Our speed. So yeah, we've got our GPS on there, auto track. That's doing the auto steer. It is section control as well, which I can maybe show you when we get to the end, when we get to the headland. We'll turn the auto track on. You'll see the what's it called, section control working now. I turn that back on, otherwise it turns on when I turn on the headland. Put cruise control on. We're going up a steep hill. You see it switching on now, look. There we go. It did miss a little bit back there, but it's not nitrogen, so it's fine. It's not too critical. We'll speed up a bit. The tractor does run away a little bit going down the hills, but it doesn't matter what revs the engine is doing, it doesn't affect the spreader speed. So to do this accurately, I've almost got to drive past the headland tram line, right up to the edge of the field, for it to work properly. I'll switch that off now. You see, now it's properly filled it in. But I'm like on the edge of the field. I think it's because you're supposed to have like 30 or 36 metre headland tram lines these days, not 24. We could do it going up to at least 30, but that would mean getting a new sprayer, so that's not going to happen. Okay, Tuesday morning. I've got both the dogs with me again, look. Got Eric on this side, I'm keeping them separate. Bruno's being pretty good. Still chewing stuff, but he's being good, he's being quiet. So yeah, I'm in the Bateman sprayer, got some Roundup in the tank, just spraying off this cover crop and black grass. So there's black grass here. This is one of the fields that I've still got left to drill with oats. I've got 2 fields of oats still left to drill, and I've also got to patch up some oats as well that I drilled before the rain in February, and then the seed kind of rotted in the ground because we had so much rain on low spots. And then I've also got 30 hectares of spring barley to drill as well, but that's still got to be cultivated. So yeah, do these 2 fields, then I'm going to go, got George coming in, George is going to do some muck cart, I think, and so is Laura. They're going to run 2 trailers, and oh yeah, I've got to help George take the rollover sheet off the Richard Weston trailer, so we're going to do that next. Yeah. Oh, I'll get the rope. You got that bolt? That's it. Just go straight up?
Yeah, it's just caught this back to weights and that.
Oh, is it? I guess that back bar is quite heavy. What about the front left? Is that caught as well?
Yeah. No,
the weight of the sheet, I guess. Is it going to get it or not?
No, it's going to bend it.
Well, it's off. We ended up having to take it to pieces. Bloody hell. George is just going to pull forward so we can get back on that side now. But I've got 2 pieces off, but it's just a piece of junk really. It's pain in the neck. It was just trying to twist and bend. Taking it off in one piece, so I'd take it to pieces. I'm at farm 2. Before I can go liquid fertilising, I've got a couple of trees I've got to sort out. Just got to push them. So I brought the JCB up here because the muck heap needs pushing up as well. So I thought I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do the trees and the muck heap at the same time. So that's what I'm doing Tuesday afternoon. Shouldn't take long, to be honest. Look at that. The power of a JCB. Just push it back in the wood where it came from. That is the way to do it. Oh no, I've got a bit on the roof. Found a herd of fallow deer, look. There was about 20 of them. There's about 3, just about the last 3 or 4 about to go in the wood. They're pretty big animals, they are. They do a lot of damage as well when they get in their big groups. They'll eat a lot of crop in a short space of time. Get out of it. Shows how long it's been since that's been cleaned out, because there's rape pods in there. Just having a bit of a mare this morning. Just trying to put some liquid N on the crops at farm 2, and the pump has stopped working. When I was driving down the field, this motor that drives the pump is free. That's not seized up. But when you put the PTO in, when you put the pump into gear, you can hear it trying to drive. So we just got to check that this valve is letting oil through. I've spoken to Bateman's on the phone. They're really useful on the phone. They are good. They've actually got people on the phone that, you know, have worked. He said just check that this valve is magnetising, the one with the wires, that one. Check that's magnetising when the PTO switched on. If it is, then there might be a blockage here between that, in that quick release. So just unbolt it and bolt it straight onto the valve block and try that. I've got the drive switched on and that is magnetising, so the valve should be working. It should be opening. Working now, look. It must have just been blocked, like he said on the phone, so that's the job's a good one. I don't need those quick fit couplings anyway because we don't demount the sprayer. Right, I'll turn it off and put it all back together again. Here he is, look, chilling. He's got used to going on the right and Eric likes going on the left. But yeah, we're going well now. We're cruising along at 17k. We're on variable rate, N35 sulfur 12, I want to say. I can't remember how much sulfur is in it. So yeah, this is variable rate, whereas earlier in the week when we were doing that keys right, that was just fixed rate to set it rate. Can you see it changing up there? Look? I think the top one is the target, 331, and then what it's actually putting on is 324, 325. So it's going nicely. When the pump works, that is. When we don't have a blockage in the oil pipe. I need to top up the hydraulic oil, but it needs some 46 because I did leak a bit all over the floor when I was fixing the problem. So yeah, this is my job, but the only trouble is it's going to rain tonight, so whether it will be too wet to travel tomorrow. It's dried up so quickly, considering how wet it was. Well, you all know how wet it was last month. It's yeah, it's dried up really quick. It's travelling nicely. Also, this is the winter barley what we're putting fertiliser on. Second and final dose. That's why there's quite a fair bit going on, because it only goes on in 2 doses on the barley. I'll have to see how many kilos 345 litres equals. But yeah, the barley's looking well. It equates to around 120 kilograms to the hectare of nitrogen. Okay, Thursday morning now. Yeah, we're back out on the fertilising. We're on the first weeks now. Both dogs are eyeing up the hares. Eric's teaching Bruno bad habits. Yeah, on the first weeks, they're looking good. We're putting on about 90 kilos. I think first dose was about 60 kilos. This is about 90. And it'll have another dose. I'm not sure how much, but it'll have a third dose. So yeah, we had about 3 mil of rain in the night. So not too much. It's slightly tacky on the. This is quite heavy land, clay. Slightly tacky, but it's all right. It's not too wet. So yeah, there are forecasting showers again for today, but slow enough. I'm just cracking on really. Got to, because I've got so much to do. So I've got the Defender chassis on the front loader. I'm just going to load it onto this lorry, Wessex galvaniser, so they're going to take it away and galvanise it for me. So that's good. Get that job done, then I can start putting it all together. If anybody's got a Defender for sale, Defender 90, preferably with like a rotten out chassis for sensible money, that I can just buy it, transfer everything onto the galvanised chassis with the Cummins engine. Yeah, ideally TD5, because that's what the chassis is from, a TD5 Defender. So that's my plan at the moment, and then I'll have like V5 and serial plates and number plates and everything, just to transfer onto that chassis. Still flat out on the muck cart. Getting a fair old heap there now. I did try and push it up the other evening when I was pushing up that tree, but the JCB wasn't really man enough for it. But yeah, I bet there'll be 1,000 tons there by the time they finish this spring. It's Thursday afternoon. You see how nice and sunny it is, look. Lovely day. And then you look over there, very dark. I think it's going to absolutely chuck it down there. Just by the muck heap again. Very dark to the north. The heavens have opened. I know it would. Absolutely pouring it down now. But I'm done for the day, which is good. I'm going home for dinner. And then more puppy training tonight. I've been doing puppy training for 6 weeks now, so he, as you can see, he's really well trained.
Just been quickly showing George how to run this vert spinner. Just left him to it for a minute. He's just putting some nitrogen sulphur on. 110 kilos to the hectare. Get it growing. He's loving life. Oh, fertiliser's hitting me. And then where's Jeremy? Jeremy's out here, look. He's out there with his 6430, putting a bit of fert on his wheat. This is cutting grass. George is going to go on and put some nitrogen on all the haylage grass. It doesn't all look as good as this. This is a new lay, so Bruno, what are you laying down for? This is a new lay, so it looks pretty good, but this is the best one out of the whole lot. So yeah, right. I'll go get back to my Bateman work. That's why we've got George on here, so I can just carry on fertilising and spraying with the Bateman. Right, get a bit closer. The only thing is now I'm really going to get hit by fertiliser. Bruno's like, what the heck is that? That hurt a lot more than what I thought it was going to.
Okay, we're on Friday now. Absolutely cracking day. I'm still at farm 2. I'm actually spraying today instead of liquid fertilising. I've got 2 lines on the boom, so I can just switch from spraying to fertilising just at the click of a button, so that's good. I'm finished fertilising at farm 2 now, so before I take the sprayer back to farm 1 to do fertilising there, we thought we'd get this spraying done on the wheat. It's just a herbicide for grass weeds, so yeah, and it needed doing on a nice warm sunny day, so today's a perfect day for it. Hey, thanks for watching the video, guys, much appreciated. Look at these guys, can you see them? Been a long day. It's actually Sunday evening right now. I'm just doing a bit of spraying on the ground what the spring barley's got to go into. Just spraying on some black grass. They're forecasting a wet-ish week. So yeah, it won't be getting drilled this week. Where you gone? There you are. But yeah, hopefully the following week it will get drilled. So yeah, right. I'll make a video. I'll make another video soon. And yes, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.